No more managers. It's time to get rid of the word managers.
Oh.
Yeah, the role of managers used to be clear. Maximize assets given to you by a company, whether they are people, money, or resources. That's what Adam Bryant writes in Strategy and Business. But Bryant asserts that people don't want to be managers. No one wants to be a manager. And the job of managing, as he defines it, telling people what to do and making the most of what you have, is outdated, according to the article. Instead, he calls for companies to use different titles like leader, coach, or developer. Nobody wants to work for a manager because that insinuates micromanagement, and they don't like that kind of thing.
Well, wow. I mean, there are those managers that do micromanage that will drive you out of your ever-loving mind. That's for sure. And I understand not wanting to be a manager. I never want to be a manager, but it sounds like that now there are all these other negative connotations that are being attached to the word.
Yeah.
And and so I guess since politically incorrect is used for just about anything, I guess that can be called politically incorrect now.
No one really wants to be a manager. That's what he writes in the website Strategy and Business. The notion of management conjures up its unsavory close cousin, micromanagement, and sends signals to people need to be kept in a box of their job descriptions. Now, for millennials at least, workplaces are seen more as networks than hierarchies. These employees are more likely to seek out people they need to work within at all levels to get the work done. Managers who are frustrated by anyone who doesn't work through the proper channels will simply be seen by millennials as a bad user experience. And in this era of low unemployment, they have plenty of other options. Here's another reason. They say no one really wants to manage people anymore. Yeah, there are still a lot of people out there that get a rush out of power and having a title, enjoying the thrill of telling people what to do. But according to the story, best employees don't need to be managed, just guidance, because they're already self-motivated, brimming with ideas.
Yeah. Well, I do like that model as far as, listen, if they're doing their job, they're getting it done, they're getting it done. And how they get it done and when they get it done, just as long as they're meeting the deadline, great. And leave them alone.
Now, the story goes on to say the word manager fails to capture the work that employees increasingly do, which is far more about navigating endless waves of disruptions than following a prescribed playbook. Yeah, the new way of operating is perhaps the best captured in one of the corporate values of Twilio, a cloud communications company, Draw Owl. As the CEO, Jeff Lawson, explained in an interview, about how they do this kind of thing. Step 1, draw circles. Step 2, draw the rest of the owl, and then take it on. They're using this to develop a pattern of management, a pattern of giving direction, how to correct your team, that sort of thing, and stay away from the word manager.
Well, how do you feel? You've been in a management position. How do you feel about
I don't
this?
care.
Huh?
I don't care what you call me.
I'm going to start calling Mark Caesar. I guess I'll start calling him Coach. I mean, apparently
that's a good idea.
That's what's preferred now, huh?
He's wearing Coach's pants right now.
Well, he is.
He's got tube socks pulled up to his knees, and he's wearing cleats.
He's spot-built cleats, exactly. Yeah. He loves to show those calves. Well, you can't see the calves, though, because of the socks, but